Hello and welcome to online study for you. As you can see, today we are going to start the basic sessions on two-dimensional geometry. In any kind of competitive examinations, geometry is indispensable. So we will try to develop the better understanding of all the concepts related to the geometry. And after each basic session, we'll also provide the problems based on that concerned topic. And those problems will be of various difficult levels as well. So let's start. Today we'll start from the building blocks of the geometry, and those are lines and angles. So let's move. We'll start from the very basic topic, that is point. What is point? Point is the basic building block of geometry. Every shape in the geometry is made through the combining of the points. A point has no length, no width, no thickness, and it is denoted by dot and named by an alphabet. Like I am denoting this particular point by A. This would be called as point A. This would be point Z. This would be point C, in that way. Next, ray. In geometry, a ray starts from a point like this and may go to infinity. It has a starting point like this but has no ending point. This arrow denotes that it can extend to infinity. It has no particular end point. It has only a starting point. So we can say a ray has one end point and goes without end in any direction. So if you can see a figure like this, so you can say that it is a ray. And its length cannot be measured. Why? Because it can extend to infinity. How we are going to measure the infinity then? And an unlimited number of rays can be drawn in different directions from a given point. It means you have a single point and as many rays you want to originate from this point, you can do. So it is not a particular definite number of rays you can originate from a single point. It can be infinite. Okay. Moving to the next part, line. A line goes without end in both directions. You can see these two arrows at both ends. It means it can extend in both the directions. Both the ends of a line can go to infinity and it has no end points. The length of a line also cannot be measured. How we are going to measure if they can extend to infinity? And a line has no definite length. That's it. An unlimited number of lines can be drawn passing through a given point A. Like we are having a point A, I can draw as many lines I want to draw. Next, we move to the line segment. There is no arrow on any end. You can see though two end points here. It starts from one point and ends at another point. This is called a line segment. A section of a line is a line segment. You can say that you have a line which can extend in both directions to infinity. Then you just put two end points here and you got a what? A line. So we can say a line segment is nothing but a section of line. A line segment has definite length because we have bounded it between two endpoints, so we can measure it. So its length can be measured. I hope now you have a better clarity what is line segment and what is a ray. They all three are different in respect of their measurement, you can say. Okay, next is intersecting lines and parallel lines. Two lines in the same plane you can consider like a flat surface, they either meet or they do not meet. If we are having two lines on a single plane, two conditions would arise. If they'll meet or if they don't meet. if the two lines on a plane meet, we say the two lines intersect each other like this. They are intersecting at a common point. And the point where they meet is called the point of intersection for them. And in another case, if these two lines cannot meet in any point, you are extending them to infinite in both directions, still they are not meeting, they will be called as parallel lines. And you have to mark one point in this situation, that no two points can be common to two parallel lines. There will be no point of intersection or no point of common between the parallel lines. They are not going to meet anywhere else. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's move to the another topic, that is concurrent lines. What are concurrent lines now? Three or more lines passing through the same point on a plane are called concurrent lines. That means you have a single plane is not of the different kind, that means a flat surface, and you are having a common point. And if there are three lines, or it may be more than three, it may be 4, it may be 5, 6 and so on. If these three lines or more lines are passing through a single point, that means these lines are known to be concurrent lines. Okay. Next, move to the collinear points. What are collinear points? Three or more points, it can be 4, 5, 6 and so on, in a single plane on a single line are said to be collinear if they all lie on the same line. This is the basic condition also to form a line. If we are having a three collinear points in a single plane, and if we join them, we get a line. So all the points which are lying on a single line, they are treated, or they are known to be, they are called to be collinear points. Getting my point? Yes? Okay, let's move ahead. Let's move to the next topic. Today we are going to discuss is the types of angles. There is a list, you can see on your screen the number of angles we are going to discuss in our sessions. They are acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, complete angle, adjacent angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, vertical opposite angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, co-interior angles, corresponding angles, and linear pair. We'll have a complete understanding of all these types of angles with diagram as well. So let's move to the very first angle, that is acute angle. So here it is. What is an acute angle? An angle which is less than 90 degree is known as an acute angle. That means 30, 40, 45, 60, 89, 1, 7, 8 all are acute angles. Condition is what? It must be greater than 0 and it must be less than 90. All the angles lying between 0 and 90 are acute angles. So you can see the diagram of this one, this AOB, because it is less than 90 degree but greater than 0 degree, so it can be treated as an acute angle. So next is obtuse angle. It is exactly opposite to the acute angle. Now the condition has reversed. You have to consider an angle to be obtuse if it is greater than 90 degree. Okay, but at the same time we have a maximum limit as well, that is 180 degree. So the angle which is lying between 90 degree and 180 degree are treated to be as obtuse angle. That means the value must be greater than 90 degree, but at the same time it must be less than 180 degrees. So the angles 120, 150, 129, 95 all are known to be obtuse angles. Okay. So here is a picture of an obtuse angle. Let's move ahead. The next one in the series is right angle. The right angle is that angle which is having exactly an amount of degree or measurement that is 90 degree. Getting my point? That means a straight angle is that angle which is exactly equals to 90 degrees. So this AOB can be treated as 90 degree. Next, what is straight angle now? Straight angle is that angle which measures 180 degree. Is known as straight angle, and it looks very similar to a plain straight line. It can be seen that we have drawn a plain straight line because 180 degree is forming the linear pair as well. We are going to discuss in our next video what is a linear pair as well. So in this you can see the complete rotation, or you can say the half rotation around a point, around a single point, denotes an angle of 180 degrees. So it seems to be an angle of, it is starting from, suppose here is our common vertex, and it is going to cover a half rotation around it and pointing in the next direction, covering a degree of 180 degrees. So it will be treated as a straight angle. Okay. Next is reflex angle. What is a reflex angle? We have talked about if an angle is less than 90, if it is lying between 90 and 180. We have talked about exactly 90 and we have talked about exactly 180. Okay. Now what will happen if the angle would be greater than 180 but at the same time less than 360? That angle has to be known as your reflex angle. So it can be defined as an angle which measures greater than 180 degree but at the same time less than 360 degree is known as your reflex angle, and it can be formed like in this way. Okay, because it is crossing this 180 degree line and it is extending greater than 180 but at the same time less than 360 degree. So we can say it is a reflex angle. Getting my point? Next is what is a complete angle. As the name is suggesting itself that it is a complete. What complete? A complete rotation around what? Around a point. In 180 degree we have talked about a half rotation around a point, and if the rotation is complete it will be treated as an complete angle, and the value of the complete angle is 360 degree. So any angle having a measurement of 360 degree can be known as your complete angle. Okay. So in today's session we have discussed what is a line, what is a line segment, what are the differences between ray line and line segment, and certain types of angles like acute, obtuse, reflex, complete. And if you want to know more types of angles, if there are parallel lines, there are some intersecting lines, so stay connected with us. So that's all for today's session, and stay tuned with us for the next upcoming Lines and Angles Part 2.